I broke 19 ribs. I lost all my blood, but I'm here.
and yeah, that's. I mean, it's like such a story. But so here's the next question then. That you hear when you die. Did you Do you remember something? Did you experience something?
Yeah,
or
it's really. And now I get goosebumps when you ask me, because a few people have asked me about it, of course.
Hi, you are listening to Meditation Jam with Maria Rinné, and this is a pod with igniting energy meditations designed to connect you with your own beautiful inner wisdom that I like to call your pure heart. That infinite, wise part of you that is connecting to all, but also comes with its own journey, its own challenges. And when we connect to this pure heart energy through the igniting meditations, it bypasses all these and goes straight to your core, so that you can open up and hear, feel, accept, and have fun with your beautiful self. And I see the energy as a key that unlocks parts of us. And I will also invite guests to speak about their work, experiences, journeys, and listen to their wisdom. So before we start, I would also like to just put out a little warning that please don't be driving while listening to the meditation or doing something that demands your full attention, because I know that for some this energy can put you into a deep relaxation, almost like sleep. So please, no driving. Okay, so warm welcome, and let's start this meditation jam. So warm welcome to a new episode of Meditation Jam with Maria Rinné, and I am really excited today to share with you my talk with Danish producer, writer, composer Steen Thottrup. And if you have been following me for some time, then you probably have noticed that my introduction music has changed, and the one I'm using now is composed by no other than Steen Thottrup. And I just love it, and it's called Balearic Bliss. And Steen is one of the pioneers when it comes to sunset chill music. And if you, like me, like that genre, then you have most certainly heard his music in Buddah Bar albums or Café Del Mar. But not only is he a celebrated artist within the sunset chill music, but he has also gone through some really life-shifting experiences that we are going to talk about. And I won't say too much because I want you to hear from himself, but it was such an inspiring and miraculous story that I hope you truly will enjoy. And after, we are going straight into a meditation that is connecting you with an energy of celebrating life, which I feel is so suited to this talk, because that is what Steen absolutely is doing, celebrating life and his survival. So I hope you will enjoy it, and again, I'm so happy to introduce Steen. Welcome.
So, hello and warm welcome to Steen. How are you?
I am really good. Nice to meet you, Maria. I'm very excited about this. Thank you.
I'm so happy to have you join. And also, where are you?
Right now, not right now. I live permanently in Palma de Mallorca, down in Spain. And I've been around in my life. I lived 11 years in London, then I lived 7 years in Ibiza, then 6 years in Tuscany. But now I'm kind of back in the Balearics, which I love the Balearics. And Palma it's a big city, so it gives me a bit of London, outside. It gives me the Tuscany, it gives me the Ibiza. So Mallorca is hopefully where I will stay forever. Yes.
And how long had you stayed there?
3 years now.
Okay.
3 years. Yeah. and hopefully 30 more.
Yeah.
But it's really lovely.
Yeah, I've been to Palma and once, and I really liked it. So
it's a very beautiful place, historic place as well.
Yeah.
No, I'm lucky. Thank you.
Yeah. So we are going to get into a specific topic today, but first I just want to ask you, because you are doing music, and you are doing a music that is called sunset chill music. And for people who are not accustomed with that, what is it?
It's down-tempo music for sure, normally. And it started very early when there was a bar in Ibiza around 81, I think it started up, called Café Del Mar. And there was a famous DJ there called José Padilla. I only came to Ibiza the first time in 91, and it was the early days. It was a little cafe on the beachfront, but nothing commercial at all. And this guy, José Padilla, took very different tunes from different platforms, rock and all that, but all with this emotional feeling. So it was kind of a gratitude where you had the audio that fitted the sunsets. And this was the beginning of Chillout music, really, the way I see it, two sunsets, because Chillout existed before, but where you combine the two, the visual of sunsets, but also used audio to that. And of course, at that time I did club music, up-tempo club music, but I was so fascinated by it, and I started doing relaxing tunes. And I think it was on Café Del Mar 3, the third compilation ever they did. I was on with my first track under the name Myro. And since then, you also get older and more relaxed. Yeah. It suits me even more and more. And I totally dedicated my life to it, but it's not only to spread it. I live my life after it. That's also why I live in Mallorca, because the sunset is the sun in general is a very powerful thing for me. Views are. And if you can make that music and satisfy two senses, which you do with audio and visual, then I will continue with that.
Yeah. I love that. And as you say, you are combining the senses. So it's
really what it is. It's my own analysis of that, but I'm sure that's what it's about. That's why it appeals to so many people. And of course, now for 20 years or more, 30 years, it's been a genre called Chillout. Yeah. And sometimes I'm not doing when you do albums, you can't just do sunset all the time because it becomes very. So I do also personal tracks on my albums, but there will always be a few tracks specifically for that where you sit there with somebody you love or whatever it might be, and you sit there and end of the day and give yourself that. You sum up. I think you sum up. How was my day? This is great. This is a great moment. You find the love and you come down. That's what it's about. So I'm living that lifestyle.
Yeah, lovely. But how did your music career start? Did you always know you wanted to get into music, or did you have start somewhere else?
From early age, I know that I was, playing pots and pans and everything when I was really young. And then my father bought a drum kit because he used to be a drummer in the past. Okay. And when I saw the drum kit, everything changed for me, and I started immediately rehearsing. And that was my introduction to music with an instrument. I played in a band for a short while, and then electronic music came up, and the sounds, those sounds you couldn't define as a guitar or a piano, but that synth sound, which was something new. Yeah. That really brought me to sell the drums and get into my first keyboard and saying, okay, and that's how it started. But I'm always, my parents tells me that I've always been extremely sensitive to music when I heard from an early age, where I go in a trance almost when I listen to songs I like, So I think it's meant to be really.
Yeah, definitely. And you've been going on for 30 years.
Yes, I've released records for 31 years now. Yeah. And I've been doing music for probably 35, 34 years.
Yeah, that's good.
It took a while before you get the first record signing. It takes a while.
Yes.
So 31 years this year I've released records.
Yeah. And do you remember when you had your first breakthrough? How that felt and what it was?
There are a lot, because I've been lucky. I've been very fortunate with it. So the first one is, of course, when you sign your first record deal. Yeah. It's kind of this big approval that somebody else will use their own hours or their working hours working on something you created. It's both a financial thing. Somebody makes that decision to work on yours. And then this whole thing about a record deal, because now a record deal the world has changed, as we know,
Yeah.
Now it's streaming, and record deals, you can still get them, but it doesn't have the same impact as it used to when it was a physical product, like a vinyl or CD. Yeah. So that was the first thing. And then we moved to England after the first single, we moved to England, and Pete Tong, who played in Radio 1, he in 93, we were Tune of the Week in Radio 1, BBC Radio 1. And that was another highlight, in England, this little Danish guy, suddenly in England in Radio 1, BBC. That was huge. And we performed some really great places, super clubs back then, early days. Yeah. So there's so many highlights. And then the first Capital Mar, where you experiment not in up-tempo, but in down-tempo. And then suddenly Capital Mar brings you on. And it's just been a real fantastic journey. I've never gone for the commercial side of it. I never, ever started music for the money in it. It's pure passion. And passionate moments, there's been several of.
I love that. And can you still feel when you have something now that you are putting out, can you still feel that excitement?
It's a good question, because there's much longer between those rushes. But I have this little rule for myself, and I really have that, and I've had it for several years. That is, I will not accept a track finished until I get this out-of-body kind of experience where I'm satisfied with it. I get the goosebumps. Then I know it does for me what it has to do. And then whether people like it or not, it's a different thing. But I have to do it for myself first and like it. And normally I've been lucky with that. If I like it, somebody else normally like it too. But that's still the goal to reach. But the more music you've done, you need to work harder to get that, because it takes longer between it. And that's why I'm not releasing an album every 3 months, but more like every 3 years. Yeah. Because it has to reach that level. But there are so many hours going into a track before I reach that level. So the excitement is the same. It's just a little bit further in between. But it's there.
But I love that you are listening to your body and not just, putting it out there, but actually waiting for that feeling.
I guess I do. I guess that's what it is, isn't it? Is that everybody who loves music knows exactly when you get that profound feeling inside. It doesn't always have to be melancholic. It could be happiness and going home from work on a Friday, whatever it is. But people who get that feeling, when you do compositions, you have to reach that level as well. I'm not good at saying, I think other people will like this and then release it. It doesn't work for me. I need to feel it myself, and that's my signature kind of thing. And then hope. Hope other people like it. It's nice when other people like it.
But I like it. I love it.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Really, thank you.
So where do you find your inspiration? How do you?
I became a dad 3.5 years ago. That's a big inspiration. I never thought it would be that powerful. And it's to do with love. Yep. When you're in love as well. And when love is not working, it's also an inspiration. Definitely where I live. There's a reason why I live here. It's because it gives me so much, this climate. It fits me perfect. The blue sky, most days, it's very powerful to me. I'm not very good in the opposite. And that is true inspiration. The sea is true inspiration. I think I'm extremely sensitive to my surroundings when it comes to nature. And more. Because I remember when I lived in London, I loved living in central London, because you're in your 20s and you're not connected so much to the rest of the world. But now I almost dread not seeing the sky and know when it's full moon. So I think the older we get, the more connected to the core of the world we become as well,
Yeah.
And that's my inspiration, really.
Yeah, that's lovely. And I think it's like that, but not everyone is listening to it. So maybe some keep on pushing.
This is true. I'm doing mine, you're doing yours to inspire people, but I think it has to be something automatically. Each person, it could be a tragedy, it could be anything where people kind of start believing in something greater, I think, very often. And that can also be the nature and climate around us. Now I believe in it. I have plants all over my house, and I'm not a vegetarian, but I'm extremely obsessed with organic,
Yeah.
And that's part of my development, I think,
Yeah, but then that's so good live in a place that you are, because then I'm thinking there is a lot of good organic and
so much, exactly, and it gives you that meditational feel, even just driving around, because So yes, so far it's really good.
Yeah. So you're releasing your records, and you have a big hit in 2009 with the Sunset.
Yeah, it was my first solo album.
Okay.
Sunset People.
Yeah.
And I always, for a few years, I kind of thought, should I try? Do I have the courage? Because one thing is to have a band name and hide behind the band name.
Yeah.
But to put your own name out there, I remember back then it was, I thought it was really scary because, first of all, when the music is out there, you can't take it back. It's out there forever. So you need to make sure your signature is there. And then what happened was with my first album, which was very specifically for sun and sunset people who understand that thing as well as me.
Yeah.
It actually became a really big success. Yes. And I had no idea. So of course it gives you that next move to saying, wow, I have to do another one,
Yeah. Yeah.
And the nerves disappeared. Suddenly I was proud of doing it in my own name, because if you love your family, it's a family name, and it kind of tells your parents, I'm proud of what you have given me in order for this. And that's why I respect things I release a lot, because I think when it's under your own name, it's not only you who's affected by it, but everybody in your family to a certain degree.
Yeah. So then you have that, and then in 2010, something happens with your throat.
Yes. I'm sensitive now because I'm doing my first album. I'm living in Ibiza at the time. And while I was in Ibiza, suddenly I was told, go to the doctor. And I went to the doctor for a checkup, a 40-year-old checkup, and I had my voice was getting rough. I mean, he's always been rough, but different. And they put a camera down my nose and down to my throat and showed that I had throat cancer. And it really, I did not expect it at all. So I fainted when I heard it. I actually fainted in the hospital. And I remember I woke up with nurses putting air and water in my face and stuff, because I just couldn't believe what I heard,
Yeah.
And I think that's where your life changes to deeper. I don't think it's through the sickness, because that was only coming afterwards, but it's that minute you're being told you have that C word name, right?
Yeah.
And it just changed everything. Gratitude goes up, especially now. It's 2010, so it's 12 years ago, and it's still very good. It was a whole year I was out with 4 major operations. So the whole year I was pretty much out, and most of it I couldn't talk. It was all on a pen.
Oh.
Because you're not allowed, when it heals, it has to, of course, not be used. That was, only after all the operations I realized what I'd just gone through. And it was a big shock. And I wish I went to a psychiatrist back then, or somebody who could help me, but I thought I could do it myself, the healing process. And it took a long time, much longer than if I had got some professional help, but I got over it. And I think it was it sounds maybe stupid in some ways, but I think now it's a gift, because I got over it. I survived it. And I think it's just so healthy to know how precious life is, and things like that makes you know. But you have to get out on the other side and know you're healthy before you actually realize. So since then, life is full of gratitude, more than before, and I also love life before.
No, for sure. I'm lucky I haven't had that, but I have, my sister got cancer and passed away 2 years ago, and it was quick, but you totally get that feeling of how precious life is and how important it is to actually feel grateful and explore it.
And I think very often the sick person might not suffer so much in the moment, because you kind of intend to go in a survival mode and you just do what you have to do, where people around you, like families or loved ones, they can easily get affected more than you in that process of worry. So you definitely know something. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but also I love the thing you said, that you see it as a gift, because I think then you release it in a way.
Yes,
you release the negative energy of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But while you're in it and you don't know the outcome, if you're still around and you think, okay, there's 10 months to Christmas, will I even be here for Christmas? There's so many questions coming up.
Yeah.
And it's that doubtful thing that makes you so much appreciate life afterwards, because you have so much doubt in that period, right? So it's a gift.
But then your journey in this kind of area didn't stop there, because last year.
That was really that was even bigger than the cancer, because what happened was I just went through a divorce, and my little daughter had to went with the mother because she's very young, but it's really hard for me, because the love for my daughter is incredible, and this thing that they had to move to another country, and it wasn't an everyday thing. There's no doubt it gave me sleepless nights. It really, I didn't sleep for a month, so on and so on. So I was playing tennis one day, and I think the body just said, we can't take anymore. Mentally you're down, physically you're trying to torture yourself with sports, and and I got a heart attack.
Yeah.
And wow. Yeah, it then when I woke up from that, it just showed that of course, many people have heart attacks, and it's the end of that. But mine was really extreme when the main doctor at Mallorca's University Hospital, Son Espasis, he jumped into my bed. I was in hospital for, 24 days, I think it was. Yeah. But I was in ICU for 13 days. And he then explained to me what I've been through, because basically I was clinical dead for 1 hour and 10 minutes. Okay. And that's where the difference is from normal heart attacks. Either you disappear forever, or you're normally back up again. But 1 hour and 10 minutes, he never heard about. He heard about it. But I woke up. All my physical movements was intact.
Yeah.
I could remember my passwords, my PIN numbers. And that was the first thing, for some reason, I checked up to know, is my brain still working? But the incredible thing is that after 1 hour and 10 minutes dead, it should not be working.
No.
So it's a crazy miracle. And another gift, even bigger. And it's not, I believe in the spiritual world, and I'm here to do something, and that's why I'm kept alive, or it wasn't my time. I'm really certain about that. But I also have the enormous gratitude to all the people that kept me alive. And because it's a long time to do a heart massage and survival methods for 1 hour and 10 minutes. There were a lot of people doing it, but they must have done it perfectly for me to get the correct oxygen into my mind, to my brain. So it didn't die, basically, right? So there's gratitude all around.
But also I'm thinking for them to know not to stop. I mean...
Yes, and I asked that question afterwards, and they said it's because sometimes you sat up. I don't remember all this, but I sat up, showed some form of life, and then back down again.
Oh, wow.
So the first thing it was actually, it was in the hospital reports, it was 49 minutes it took me to wake me up. But it was 20 minutes before the ambulance came. And that was, it's so lucky. If you believe in luck, I believe in luck, but I also believe in something else.
Yeah.
And basically on the court next to me, there was a beach lifeguard playing tennis. And when this happened, he went straight over, and he must have done for 20 minutes by himself, kept my oxygen to my brain. Before, there were 2 ambulance people and 4 policemen coming, and they then changed. Each of them did this.
Amazing.
Yeah, but it's so I still can't believe it. And I'm here now, and I'm happier than ever, of course, because that's gratitude.
Yeah.
So I think I would rather leave this place, to be honest, than being a vegetable. For me, that's a very scary thought, being there, not being able to do anything. So coming back like this, and this main doctor in the heart department, he spoke to his colleagues in the peninsula, in the mainland, and nobody has ever experienced anything like it. Then I started to believe, okay, I broke 19 ribs. I lost all my blood.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I'm here.
and yeah, that's. I mean, it's like such a story. But so here's the next question then. That you hear when you die. Did you Do you remember something? Did you experience something?
Yeah,
or
it's really. And now I get goosebumps when you ask me, because a few people have asked me about it, of course. And now it's a year and a half ago, 4 months ago, and it's kind of fading out this, but it's completely clear when I woke up. Yeah. I had a good friend of mine called Max sitting at the chair, and I explained him totally clear about this. I don't know if you call it St. Peter's Gate or whatever. I'm a big believer in the universe, but I'm not religious as such. But I believe in the universe. So maybe that's religious too. But I explained, and I also remember it, but I don't know if I remember it anymore because I explained it to him. But it was clearly, I was asked in some telepathic way that why I should go back.
Oh, wow.
And I answered two things, and it was one is so basic, I think, but I mean, I'm here. So one is, of course, that my daughter is my everything. And even though I lost her with distance, I realized that it's better I'm around than not around at all. Yeah. And therefore, I need to see my daughter become older, and she needs to find. It's difficult for me to say this, but that was one thing. And the other one was actually very basic, saying I need to give Mallorca a chance, because I only just came before the COVID, and I never. Everything it was like imprisonment almost down here. They were really strict with the lockdown. So I've had 2 years in Mallorca, but pretty much all 2 years was not the real Mallorca because of lockdowns and COVID. I said, I really want to give Mallorca a chance. And I don't know, but these were the answers I gave. And here I am. Yeah. But what it gave to me is, I believed it before, there's a higher power, and I believe in guardian angels and so on and so on. And I believe we're here. If we have to do ours to do good, because there's plenty of bad, and balance is everything and so on. But now I'm 100% convinced. And I'm not saying other people should believe it, but I've seen it with my own. I felt it with my own, and there is a higher power.
Yeah, I get really emotional when you speak about it. It's really lovely. Yeah,
me too. I get really emotional because I don't understand why it's me that's been so lucky to. Also, this is also a gift now, if you say, because my hospital checkups afterwards is really, everything is improving. I also, I do a lot for my body to get back, or maybe better than ever. But now it's like the cancer. It is a gift now already. This heart attack was a gift too, because I know I'm over it, kind of thing, So I just don't understand why me 2 times I'm allowed to live. So I really feel I respect life more now, and that means I have to do what I'm set out to do, because maybe that's the reason why they keep me alive or something,
Yeah, so but also, I mean, you really sound like someone who is grateful to life and appreciate it. And then, of course, you are spreading your love with the music and everything. So, I mean, it's
thank you. Yeah. I also thought it must be that music I have to continue with and work with sound, because what else could it be? It can't just be me smiling when I go into a supermarket. They want to keep me alive for. But music, of course, is a platform that spreads all over the globe. Yeah. And I'm such a tiny artist in this, but if I'm doing my thing, perfect. Yeah. It makes people happy, or it gives people hope. Then I'm really, and maybe that's the reason why I'm back here. I really don't know, No. I don't think I'm supposed to know either.
No. And definitely not feel like you have to, I'm thinking it's good not to think that you have to achieve something, but other than enjoy life and live.
Yes, but I still think achieve, maybe not, but I also think, it's a cliche out there that time is the, present is the moment. The past we can't change. And it really is how I live now. Time is everything. So I'm not necessarily achieving things, but I'm very sure not to waste time. Yeah. That's really what I got out of this more than anything. It's like when you ask yourself in the end of the day, what did you do? Did you do enough? Whatever that is. Yeah. That's what I think is the main thing that will follow me for the rest of my life, and probably build even more this thing, not to waste. Yeah. I mean, And it doesn't mean I have to be busy all the time, because if you're really, really busy, you need to rest too. It's of course, you need to recharge. And then you rest and you feel good about resting because you recharge the batteries. So it's not like I have to run around like that, but you just have to choose it wisely, I think, your time.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, appreciating the moment.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Key thing, yes.
Yeah. So how long did it take for you to get back into your...
Yeah, that's good because it happens gradually, but I think I was, of course, so many broken. We have 25 ribs in the body, and I broke 19 of them. That takes a while. And normally they say 6 weeks, but it took a lot longer. It was like playing on a piano on my ribs. They were that loose, And of course, that's to do with all the heart massage they did. Yeah. So that was 2 months. You're not allowed to drive before 3 months in Spain after a heart attack. So I would say the energy probably was really good after 3 months, I thought. And the people around me said, that's great. But I also realized now, a year and a half after, I was so tired. But I thought I was back to normal after 3 months, but far from.
Yeah.
I started to swim, and I'm really, now I do 3 times a week, 1,500 meters a time. And it changed everything. So my physique is almost, I think it's better than even before.
Yeah.
So now I feel completely charged.
Yeah, I mean, it's such an amazing story. And I'm so, pleased to hear that you are really
Thank you.
Taking care of it. I mean, yeah.
You learn to respect things. I love a glass of wine, and all my life, because I lived in Ibiza and, I've been part of the club scene.
Yeah.
I have maybe also really pushed it, as my mom says,
okay.
and she loves me dearly. My mom loves me, but she says you have almost lived 2 lives already, because I really pushed it. So now I think it's very good. I still have a glass of wine, but as the hospital said, it's okay, but everything is with much more balance. So if I do that, I do that. And that's probably what most other people do in their life. I just haven't done it for the first 40 years. Now I do.
So you needed a second do-over.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's the thing. Or maybe I'm just a bit dumber than other people, so I don't get it the first time round. Now I got 2 times, and now I kind of got it.
Yeah. So how do you feel it has changed your work?
Yeah, this is funny because then I have people who like my music who writes to me through social media, and they say, we're so excited about listening to your next after such an experience. Also losing I didn't lose my daughter, it's important to say, but after divorce, when my daughter is now distant, it's one profound thing, and then a heart attack. And I've started my new album, or my next album, the 5th album in my series, and I hope it's coming out next spring. But I've completed 2 tracks, and I am so happy with those 2 tracks. And again, I'm trying to heal myself with my music first of all, and then if other people love it, that's fantastic. But for me, these 2 tracks completed are just another step of deepness and melancholic vibes, and I'm really proud of these 2 tracks, and I can't wait to release them in the next year, because I just feel like if they hit me so much and give me so much hope, then it will happen to other people as well, whether it's 2 people or 3 people, it doesn't matter, as long as. So I'm really excited about the next, because it will become deeper. It will be a deeper sound in it, and maybe it's further away from Sunset. Who knows? But it will still be Chillout, and I think it works perfectly for Sunset, but maybe it's too heavy for some people, who knows, but I have to do what I feel. It's the only way to succeed with an album, I think, is to do your feelings and then hope.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear that.
No, really, I look forward to it. Send it to you when it's done. I think around April, it's the time. Yeah,
oh, wow.
It's a good time for chill out music, and summer coming up in the Northern Hemisphere.
Yep.
Springtime is a good one,
Yeah.
So hopefully you like it.
I'm sure.
Thank you. That's good.
Yeah. Okay. So I have 3 questions for all my guests that are the same. So I think we've been into this already, but what is one of the most positive things that you take with you from what you've just been through?
But that is, we've been in certain things, but the most positive thing is, of course, the people around you.
Yeah.
who really was there, you know, and I never doubted that. I'm very, very fortunate with both family and friends. I have a lot of friends, but true friends.
Yeah.
And they helped me. They helped me so much when I couldn't do anything. They were really here. They were traveling to here. Amazing. And that gratitude is for sure one thing. And then, of course, the other one is don't waste time.
Yeah.
That is really my two things. It's all about love, really, because it's love and gratitude to the people who were near me, but also the love to where we are coming back here. Actually, it's not too bad around, you know.
Yeah.
And you realize how beautiful the place is. You just have to remember how beautiful the place is, the world is. Right?
Oh, love it. So when do you feel most like yourself and at peace and relaxed?
Yeah, that's a good one. I do that when I feel I've done enough of something.
Mm-hmm.
So on a daily basis, I can really get hard on myself. That's one of those things. And that is, again, we're almost going back to this time again. Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Certain days, it's just like, I could, you know, it could have been better. And then I'm really hard on myself.
Okay.
And that's just who I am as a person. But the other one, the counterbalance to that is, of course, when I've done enough, then I can sit with a glass of wine outside on the terrace watching the sun. But when I know I had it on Friday, because I just had a really productive week and I'm very happy with the results. And I had that Friday feeling where I felt totally zen, you might say, where I just deserved this, you know, there was nothing not done. And that's where I'm at my happiest, when I'm truly happy, where there's endorphins flying through my body saying, wow, this is a great moment, you know.
Lovely.
And that's normally when I relax after I've done enough of something. That's my happiest moment.
Yeah, I love that. and what is joy for you today? And if you were to put a color on it, what color would it be for you?
I mean, it has to come up it has to be yellow, I think. Yellow.
Yeah.
I think I really like the sun, and it just gives me that. I'm also a sun sign. I'm a Leo, so you know that might be more to that. It's definitely yellow. Yellow must be my favorite color. But what was the first thing you asked before that?
Yeah, what is joy for you?
Yeah, joy is, and that's another thing. I think I've always been good at it, but with the cancer and with the heart attack, it's even more. It's super simple. It is really to sit with somebody I love, and just it's pretty much the ultimate joy is not renting a Ferrari and drive around in Ferrari. It doesn't do anything for me. You know, I don't criticize it. I think it's great if people dream about a Ferrari, they get a Ferrari. It's just not my thing. The ultimate joy is this thing being surrounded with somebody you love and being closer to nature. It can also be sailing, which is a very luxurious thing to do, but sailing, sitting with friends, jumping in the water, feeling it. But it doesn't matter the size of the boat, you know, that's not the joy. It's to do with this simplicity, being connected.
Yeah.
To something. And of course I live in my dream place, so I can easily drive to a beach and sit there and just, wow, you know, this is my moment, and I can get a lot of them. So this is really I don't need so many things. And I don't need to eat Michelin food every day either, even though it's fantastic, but I'm very basic with that as well. You know, joy it's the moment of, I think, sitting with someone in the right place.
Love it. And you definitely build your life from that or around that, since you are in this place.
Absolutely. I always knew where I belong, but of course you also have to make it possible within. I mean, we all have to earn money to get our dreams, you know. And yes, I luckily enough, actually, I know exactly what I want, because I think it's. I feel sorry for people who doesn't have a passion or know exactly what they want, because how can you work on something if you don't know what direction to choose? So I beg people find their passion in life, whatever that is, because then there's a purpose, and then you don't waste time, you know, kind of thing.
So true, really.
I say my opinion with burning passion, because after what I've been through, and then if that can inspire someone to do whatever they have to do, it's brilliant, because that's what it's about, you know. We have to inspire each other.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in music, but also just in, keep going, whatever it is, you know.
Yeah.
So that's
it's so inspiring to hear you going through everything you've done, but also already before that, starting to create your life around this and listening to your body.
Yes, this is exactly it. This is exactly it. Listening to the sixth sense, you might say. Yeah. Does it feel right? Yes, it feels right. Okay, I'll continue a little bit more that road, you know, and then eventually it becomes your full life. But in the beginning, it's a tryout, right? And then this is good. And then when you get there, I think I believe in manifestation a lot, and I believe in dreams or manifestation, call it what you want. But I believe in that if you dream of something enough, it will happen to you. Yeah. But you have to make an effort. You can't just watch Netflix on the sofa, you know. Even though that's nice too.
Yeah. So what's now in the pipeline for you? Do you have anything that's coming up?
Yes, I'm doing my next album. Yeah. And for many, many years, I've, it's all the way back to 2003. I had a good friend. We started talking about the crystal balls and the healing with the crystal balls. Yeah. And I always like that now. It's extremely fashionable. You know, everybody's doing sound baths at the moment. But I'm developing my own healing platform, which I call Sparsa Target Healing. And I know it sounds a bit far out, but hopefully you will hear much more about it, because it's basically, I think it's to do with the sound bath on adrenaline, because it's pushed so much in frequencies compared to just one narrow frequency. Yeah. My compositions I'm working on now, which is a target healing thing for each chakra. This is basically what I'm doing. So I'm doing a composition for each chakra, where it's kind of like, you know, the crystal ball, but using so many things electronically to enhance so your body is even more affected. Because I like the crystal balls, but it's a very old technology, and it works. We all know it works, but why not use modern technology and make it even better? That's my theory anyway. So I worked on it in my head for so many years, and this winter I started with the compositions, and I'm almost complete with them. And Sparsa means senses in Sanskrit, and that's why I've chosen that name, Sparsa Target Healing, because I want to incorporate more senses to the compositions I've done. That's amazing. So we will see. I will let you know what it is, but I'm really working on it, and I'm getting everything clear in my head to the next move. You know, contacting other people, different forms of movement that can work together with my music. Yeah.
That sounds really, really amazing as well.
Yes, and you never know what will become of it, but it doesn't matter so much, you know. And another cliche is this thing: life is a journey, not a destination, and I really think it is. So I love doing it, and we'll see what comes out of it in the destination. But I love doing it, and I can feel it works on me. When I'm doing it, I'm totally. So I'm healing myself, obviously, at the same time as well.
That's beautiful. Yeah. And so I will make sure to let everyone who's listening know when it's out as well. Because I'm really sure that there is a lot of people now thinking, I want to hear that.
Thank you so much. I would love that. Wow. I know. I'm getting too. I better get working. Thank you for that. That's really kind.
Okay. So I'm not going to take up more of your time. It's been absolutely lovely speaking with you. And I will have links for your Spotify below for anyone lilistening. And you have a webpage. I will have a link for that as well. And thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. I'm thanking you. It was a great conversation. Yeah. Whether it's a podcast or not, it was a great conversation. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so let's do some meditation. So please get seated with your back straight and your palms up, or if you're lying down, your palms up. Close your eyes and let's do some meditation jam. Welcome. Let's start by taking 3 deep breaths. Then imagine that where you are, sitting or lying down, there is a pillar of red healing earth energy that is coming from Mother Earth, and it's going up through you, around you, covering your body inside and out and continuing up and out into the sky and the universe. And we now have this red healing earth energy keeping us grounded on this journey. And imagine that there is a similar pillar of divine bright light, a universal energy that is coming from above, and it's going down through you, around you, covering your body inside and out and continuing down into Mother Earth. And we now have this universal energy keeping us balanced on this journey. And we take another deep breath. Then imagine that you are standing at the top of a mountain. It could be a place you know or whatever comes up for you right now. You see yourself standing on the solid mountain, surrounded by fresh air. Maybe the sun is shining upon your body, warming you. And there is a sense of relaxed comfort as you are looking out over the world, and you can see far off in the distance. Maybe you see the place where you live, or again, let whatever image comes to you be the right one at this moment. We are staying here, breathing in the beautiful air, just relaxing into the moment of comfort and feeling at one with your surrounding. with your view. With the landscape, with the air and the sky. And as we are staying here on the top of this mountain, there is a sound that is coming from within, from Mother Earth. And it's a soft yet strong sound. Maybe you hear it or feel it. And it's moving through the ground, through you. Almost like a heartbeat or a rhythmic vibration from Mother Earth. As it moves through you, your body is relaxing even more. It's emptying your thoughts, allowing you to just focus on this vibration or sound. And if you don't see or feel or hear anything, don't worry. Just by you being here listening to this, your energy is doing the work for you, so you can just relax and keep on following the journey. Together with this vibration or sound, there is this feeling of joy and excitement. That is moving through you, yet keeping that comfortable and relaxed sense. And as it is moving through you and out, it is clearing your view, your third eye chakra, for you to see the beauty around you, the beauty within you, the beauty of life, from a new platform. One that is connected to all. And we are are staying here a little bit longer, just letting this energy ignite your body, clear your third eye chakra and open your connection to this beautiful vibration of joy, excitement and comfort. And there is nothing you have to do right now, nowhere you need to be or nothing you need to solve or think about other than relaxing into this almost festive vibration. That is lifting your energy, lifting your emotions, your thoughts, your body. Just let whatever comes to you at this moment be the right image, thought, feeling, without trying to hold on or force. Just allow it to move through you like a soft wind. And let this vibration that is coming from the center of this mountain to move through every part of you. And if you like, you can set your intention to let it move through your day, your future, and your history. And you see it spread effortless into all parts of your life, of you. And just notice how you're feeling, how your body is reacting, without judging or pushing. And it's a beautiful energy. And it's spreading through you and out. You can come back and reconnect as often as you like. And we take another deep breath. You can start to come back into your body, into the space where you started. Start to move your hands, your feet, your neck. Maybe clap your hands and stamp your feet, and I thank you for listening. Satnam. So warm welcome back, and I hope you enjoyed that uplifting and in a way exhilarating energy. I just felt it move through my whole system like bubbles. And as always, if you fall asleep, if you think about something else, or if you don't see or get anything, that's totally fine, because just by you being here listening to this, the energy is finding its way to you. And what we did was we aligned with the beautiful energy connected to all, to open our view, our third eye chakra, to the beauty around us, within us, and also to an energy that was really uplifting and appreciative of life in a way that it made us just feel joyful and excited. And I think that is one of the best gifts we can give back to life, to appreciate and remember to have that gratitude when staying in the present moment and allowing life to be explored from that energy. And I am so inspired and grateful to Steen Thottrup for joining today and sharing his story, his amazing, miraculous story. And I truly hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, then you will have links below to his Spotify and also where you find his music and also his webpage. And I'm sure you, as well as me, can't wait to hear the next album and that healing project as well. So now remember to take a moment in the sunset, put on some sunset chill out music, and have a beautiful time until the next time. Satnam. You have been listening to Meditation Jam with Maria Rinné, and I am so grateful that you have joined today with your energy. If you liked it, please remember to subscribe, hit the like button and leave a review if there was something specific that you enjoyed. And you will find more links in the text below from my guests and also to my social media if you like to follow me there. So thank you again for joining, and I hope you have a beautiful day, week and month. Satnam.